Again, I would like to invite everyone to please remove this syndrome. Okay, sige. Do you have that I can't do math syndrome? So the I can't do math syndrome is whenever we have that attitude in us that we say that I can't do math. So minsan madaming natatakot sa mathematics. So please remove this syndrome, and there may be things that we cannot do. No, but I am sure you can do mathematics. What you just need to have is the right amount of motivation and commitment in your work, and I hope you will overcome that I can't do math syndrome. So, how are you going to pass this course, no? And how are you going to overcome this syndrome? What you have is you should have motivation, commitment, and honesty. So, actually, if you will listen to interviews of every successful athletes after a particular bad performance, you will take down note na they focus on the positive aspect of what they did and not the negative. So, kahit sinong tanungin natin who have dun sa mga naging successful sa kanilang mga ginawa, usually sasabihin nila yung mga bagay na positive na ginawa nila. Okay? So, in sports, we encourage athletes to be always positive and to have that can-do attitude. So, why am I saying this? I want you to relate that can-do attitude in mathematics. You should develop that attitude. You need to develop this attitude toward mathematics. No? One of the most important keys to success is your motivation. And we can try to motivate by offering you interesting and important ways that benefit you in mathematics. That's why the first assignment you will notice, hiningi ko sa inyo ano yung mga nakikita nyo na related sa mathematics and how mathematics is used in different fields. No? To be successful, you must make a commitment to succeed. So this means devoting time to mathematics so that you achieve a better understanding of the subject. To succeed in mathematics, on the other hand, you must be willing to commit the same amount of time and success or time, no, the same amount of time that you give to the things that you successfully done before. No, you have to remember that success requires some sacrifice. And lastly, for you to pass the subject, you must be honest. You keep that integrity in you. So I'm not sure if your advisor already gave you the academic integrity form, but sa kanya nyo na isasubmit yung academic integrity, no? And we will be getting those copy from your advisor. Okay, for this lesson, our topic for chapter 1 is, the first is the mathematics and its application, which we have done in your assignment. The second focus is on symmetry. Third is on sequences and numbers, number patterns. And number 4 is Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio. So these are the main topics for chapter 1. So, okay. So what is mathematics? Now, traditionally, mathematics is defined as the scientific study of quantities, including their relationship, operations, and measurements expressed by numbers and symbols. So again, that is how mathematics is traditionally defined. However, there's no specific definition of mathematics actually, but there are different authorities or mathematicians who gave their own definition of mathematics. For now, Today, we usually describe mathematics as a science that investigates abstract structures that it created itself for their properties and patterns. So, you will notice in the description given to us in mathematics, we are involving relationships, operations, measurements, involving numbers and symbols. And the modern description of mathematics has something to do with creating relationship, no, abstract structures created by patterns, no. Kaya one of the things that we are going to look into, particularly in the first chapter, is are about patterns. Okay. So, mathematics give us a way to understand patterns, to quantify relationships, and to predict the future. And mathematics help us understand the world, and we use the world to understand mathematics. Hence, our subject for this semester is entitled Mathematics in the Modern World. So we wish to relate mathematics in what we see in our world for us to understand better, no, both the world and mathematics. Okay, so, and we should acknowledge, and you have seen this based on your assignment, no, that mathematics is everywhere. So, konting galaw lang natin, you will see mathematics. You will experience mathematics. Okay? So, some of you have mentioned about seeing mathematics in their clock, in their refrigerator, ano pa ba? In the money, in doing budget, in the food that they eat. Yan yung mga common na sagot sa akin before, no? Even yung simple walking, na-recognize din nila. Okay? So the use of your calculator, the use of your computer has something to do with mathematics. And everything actually around us has mathematics in it. So you just have to look into kung paano pumapasok ang mathematics sa kanila. Okay. So, and the third question in your assignment has something to do with the application of mathematics in the different fields. So, example lang yung 7 fields na yon na naibigay sa inyo. Education, the commerce, information technology, ano pa ba? You have tourism. Yan, yun yung mga fields, agriculture, nandyan din ang mathematics sa mga yan. But, kahit anong field na sabihin mo, no, meron kasamang mathematics yan. Okay. So, without emphasizing more, let me proceed to the next topic, that is the pattern and numbers. Patterns and numbers in the nature and in the world. Okay. Okay, so what are the different patterns and numbers that we see in nature? So let's proceed first sa patterns. Ano ba yung mga yan? So look at this. Okay, so minsan nakikita natin yung sequence ng events. Smile, sad, happy. So what is the next? So I hope you are thinking of this, okay? Based on the sequence that we see, no? Happy, sad, happy, sad, happy. So the next one is sad. So you will be able to predict the next part of the sequence based on the previous given patterns, okay? So, ngayong simpleng gustong pakita sa atin, nape-predict natin kung ano yung susunod na mangyayari because we see patterns of events. Okay? Sige nga, using your, yung mga ABCDs. I hope you have prepared your ABCDs. Okay, what is the next shape that will complete the sequence? I'll be looking at the monitor to see your answer. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, you can raise your answer now. Show in your monitor the letter of your answer. Okay. Yan, gusto ko yung naka-print. Pero Ayan. Make sure the visible lang yung letter, enough na yun sa akin. So, most of you answered letter A. Okay. So, okay. Sige. So, you're right. The answer there is letter A. Okay. So, the lines are actually getting progressively thicker. So, to the point where the lines will take over the whole square. So, therefore, the correct answer is letter A. So, again, makikita mo, palaki ng palaki yung thickness ng lines natin hanggang sa makover niya lahat yung buong square. Okay. So, yan. No? Nakita niyo yung next sequence based on how you perceive the previous items. Next. Okay. Which of the given shapes will complete the sequence? Okay, A, B, C, or D? Okay, mabilis na sumagot. Sandali. Parang hindi ko makita yung isang sagot. Kanino ba yan? Okay, some answered. Okay, Aldrin. Anong sagot ni Aldrin? Hindi ko nakita. It's letter B. Okay. Some answer. May ibang sagot ba? Sana hindi nangopya, no? Bakit kaya letter B? Okay.
Baba po yung arrow.
Okay. Yung direction, no? Direction ng ating triangle. Okay. So, the only shape that is important actually to take note in this example is the orange triangle. No? It is positioned within its square according to the square's position in the image. The triangle in the left and left-hand column are positioned to the left. The triangles in the middle column are centered. And the same for the right-hand side. So the correct answer there is letter B. Okay, tama kayo. Yung lang posisyon ng ating triangle lang titignan natin dito. Okay. Actually, yun yung mga patterns na sample patterns, no? Tawag natin dito logical patterns in mathematics. Logical patterns kasi it will require you to think. Dali ha, maingay sa background ko. I'm not sure if you will hear it. May dumadaan na announcement. Ayan, yung fire department ng Bacolor dumaan, announcing something about fire protection. Ayan. Okay, may commercial. Okay, next. What I'm saying, it's logical patterns ang tawag natin. Kung saan, pag sinabing logical, it requires us to think critically kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga nakikita natin. So, and we make use of those patterns for us to predict, paulit-ulit na nababanggit, no? We use these patterns to predict what will be the next event. Okay, not only in mathematics that we have patterns, we also have patterns in English. Intentionally, I included this, no, since you're English majors. So, you will see patterns on how we create our sentences. Okay? So, we have this basic five basic patterns, which most English sentences are built, no? And we have the subject verb, no? Example, John sleeps. It's already a sentence, no? It's a pattern, no? And SVO, that's subject verb object, no? So we don't say I like only, but you say something. What do you like? I like rice. Ayan. She loves. We don't just simply say she loves. We should need the object. Ano yung loves na yon? She loves her job. Okay, so something like that. The pattern is SVO. Then SV, adjective, subject, verb, then we have an adjective. No? He is, we don't say he is only, but we say he is funny. So, yun yung mga sample sentences ko dito. Then, subject, verb, adverb, Jim is here. Yan. Flowers are everywhere. Parang yung mathematics is everywhere. No? Then, subject, verb, noun, she is my mom. Yan. So, yan yung mga examples na we have, no, that I want you to see na hindi lang sa math tayo may patterns na tinitingnan. Even in your specialization, even in English, we also have these patterns. Okay. Next. Okay. You might be seeing this around, no? Hindi man specific na ito ang nakikita natin pattern, but this is an example of patterns that we see, no? Kung paano i-arrange yung mga bagay-bagay. Okay? Then, you will also see this somewhere, no? Even yung mga blocks, arrangement of blocks, may patterns yan. Kung magpapatiles kayo sa bahay, for example, yung mga may design, diba, sinusundan din natin yung arrangement ng kanilang patterns. Okay. Even in animals, we see patterns. Sa stripes nila, for example, there are patterns. Okay? Even in the honeycomb ng mga bees, may patterns yan. You will see hexagonal ang kanilang patterns. Okay? Sabi nila, ang mga bees daw, mga mathematicians. Kasi they are actually able to create itong mga hexagonal combs na yan. Hexagon sila. They are making use of this hexagon para mag-fit in ang mga lalagyan nila ng honeys. No? Okay. Then, yan. So, what do we really mean by patterns? Whenever we say patterns, we are talking about regular, repeated, or recurring forms of terms, no? Forms or terms, no? Studying patterns help us in identifying relationship and finding logical connections to form generalizations and make predictions. Ito yung paulit-ulit ko na babanggit kanina. We look into the relationship of these patterns, their connections, logical connections, for us to make a generalization. No? Anong meron sila? Okay? At ano ang pwede nating gawing prediction in the future. Okay? So, actually, even our ancestors, no, wala pa silang formal mathematics dati, but they look into patterns of events, no, para makita nila kung ano yung mangyayari. So, sa kanilang sa kanilang climate, sa weather, for example. Okay. So, sabi nga, magaling na mathematicians ang ating mga ancestors. Even without the formal mathematics, no, they were able to build structures na hanggang ngayon present pa. Okay. I would like you to look into this. Do you have any idea what are this? You can type in sa ating chat board. Ano ba
Snowflakes.
Okay, that's correct. Snowflakes. No? We have these snowflakes, and actually snowflakes is hexagonal. Tingnan niyo, 6 yung kanyang mga flakes na meron siya, no? So a snowflakes, just to give you a idea what are the snowflakes. A snowflake begins to form when an extreme cold weather, cold water droplets freezes into a pollen or dust particle in the sky. So nabubuo siya when there is this extreme cold weather, tapos na-mix siya sa pollen of dust particle. Now, this creates an ice crystal, and the ice crystal falls to the ground. Water vapor freezes onto the primary crystals, building new crystals. And these are the 6 arms of the snowflakes. So, I think one of you have seen snows na or we will see snow. Okay, kung nakapunta na kayo sa ibang lugar, you might be able to see snows. However, you might not be able to see the snowflakes kasi yung snowflakes na to, yung ganyang formation, makikita siya sa microscope. Okay, so very unique ang snowflakes na yan. No? Bakit siya na-emphasize dito sa ating discussion? Because the characteristics of snowflakes has something to do with the concept of symmetry. So, symmetrical ang kanyang mga 6 arms. And they said that the snowflakes, ang mga snowflakes na yan ay unique. Walang snowflakes na magkakatulad. Ang dahilan dyan ay kasi ang bawat snowflakes daw or bawat snow ay nabubuo at nagda-drop sa iba't ibang klase ng atmosphere at saka sa iba't ibang speed ng pagbagsak niya. Okay. Anyway, what I want you to focus here are the arms, the 6 arms of the snowflake, which has something to do with symmetry. So the next concept that we are going to have is the concept of symmetry. So when we say symmetry, it indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an object and the resulting parts are minor images of each other. Okay? So kapag sasabihin natin symmetrical siya kapag ginawa mo yung line, imaginary line na yon, and when you fold them, magpo-fall siya to the same side ng other part ng object niya. Parang mirror image, ika nga. When the word symmetry comes from syn, which means together, and metron, which means measure, and there can't be together if there's just one thing. So, kaya there should be 2 things here for us to have symmetry. Okay? So, look at this. So, our face, symmetrical yan, sinasabi nila. Do you agree? Symmetrical ba ang faces natin? Okay.
Yes po.
Okay. So, imagine niyo na lang kung isa yung mata natin. Okay. Tapos, ano pa ba? Isa ang tenga. Okay. So, we're talking about normal, physical feature. So, it is said that our face is symmetrical, na kapag gumawa tayo ng imaginary line sa ating face, so, magpo-fall yung one side dun sa other side. Okay? So, yan yung concept ng symmetry. Yung A, pag finold mo, mag-fit siya dun sa B. Okay. So, take note of that definition. Next is we have reflection. So, whenever we look into the mirror, you'll see a reflection of yourself. It's not when you look into the mirror, you will see your favorite star. Hindi ganon, di ba? So whenever you look into the mirror, you'll see yourself. It's your reflection. No? And yung mirror will serve as the line of symmetry or yun yung point ng line of reflection natin. Okay. So, a reflection is a transformation representing a flip of a figure. So, isa siyang konsepto ng transformation. Transformation is usually discussed in geometry. And pag sinabing flip, kapag inikot mo siya, so, yun yung reflection mo. Okay, a reflection can be thought as folding or flipping of an object over the line of reflection. So you will notice in the picture kung ano yung sinasabi kong line of reflection. So a reflection can be seen, for example, in water, a mirror, or any shiny surface. No? And the original object is actually called as the image, and the reflection is, the original object is called the pre-image, and the reflection is called the image. Okay. So a reflection maps every point of a figure to an image across a fixed line. The fixed line is called the line of reflection. Okay. So here are some examples of symmetrical faces na which has something to do with reflection also. Ayan. Okay. So next, aside from reflection, we have rotation. Okay, rotation has something to do with transforming the figure by turning it in a fixed point called the center of rotation. Okay, kanina yung reflection, meron tayong line of reflection. Ngayon, meron tayong center of rotation. Yung center of rotation, siya yung fixed point kung saan umiikot siya. Parang sa electric fan, yung pinakagitna niya, siya yung center of rotation. Tapos yung LEC, siya yung umiikot. Okay. I hope you see the objects na nagmo-move. Okay. Okay, a shape has rotational symmetry. Papasok dito yung konsepto ng symmetry when it still looks the same after a rotation. Sinasabi natin meron siyang rotational symmetry kapag inikot mo siya at babalik siya, magiging katulad lang siya ng itsura niya after you did a rotation. Okay, let us have some example. Look at the figure. So, meron tayong triangle in this picture. So, yung unang picture, siya yung original na position, nasa original position. Tapos, meron tayong number 1. So, by the way, look at the first image, yung may triangle ABCD. Count, it's clockwise direction. Pagdating niya sa number 1, makikita ninyo yung position ni letter A na kay B. Nasa position ni B. Yung position ni B napunta sa position ni C. Yung position ni letter the position of letter C goes to position of letter A. For a while. Naalis siyang sandali lang ha. Kaya pala naglo-lowbat yung laptop ko. Okay, next. That is for number 1. Number 2, titignan mo ngayon yung image number 1. Okay, not the original. Naka-number na siya. So, yung letter C ngayon, napunta na siya dun sa position ni letter A. Si letter A napunta sa position ni B, tapos si B napunta sa position ni A, ni C rather. Then, ganun din yung mangyayari kay sa third figure. No? So, tingnan niyo yung naka-number 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, ito yung tinatawag nating rotational symmetry. Kapag inikot mo siya, mapupunta siya dun sa same image, pero nagbago yung position ng mga vertices for this example. So when we talk about rotation, it is how many times it matches when we go around. Okay, sandali. Ayun pala, order. It is how many times it matches when we go once around. We observe that all the 3 positions of the triangle looks exactly the same when we rotated it by about its center by 120 degrees. So Ayan, ilang beses natin kailangan siyang iikot para bumalik, no, dun sa kanyang original position. Okay? So, ilan kaya? Can you type in sa chat box natin? Ilang beses natin kailangan iikot si triangle para bumalik sa original position niya? 3, okay? Okay, that's correct, no? So, most of you are answering 3. So, 3 beses mo siyang kailangang iikot para bumalik yung position ng A sa kanyang original position. So, an example ko lang para may point of distinction tayo. Okay, next. Dito, let's have the rectangle. So, moving it clockwise. So, kapag minove natin siya ng 90-degree turn, does it look the same? Hindi, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa yon yung rotational symmetry niya. So, you need to move another 90 degrees to have the 180-degree turn. Nung minove na natin siya ng 180 degrees, nasa same position na ba siya? 180. Look at the figure of 180-degree turn. Kamukha na ba siya ng original? Actually, yes. No? Pareho na siyang naka-horizontal. No? Kung kanina, ito yung original, tapos nag-move tayo ng 90, tumayo siya. Tapos nung mag-move ka ulit ng another 90, that is a total of 180, bumalik siya sa ganitong posisyon. Okay? So, sabi nga sa rotation, ito yung pag-move ng object na nasa same position siya. Okay? Or I mean, pareho yung pag-fit niya dun sa position. Okay? We observe that while we are rotating the figure through the whole 360 degrees, it attains original position from 2 times. 2 beses siya, no, na naging katulad nung original. Nung nag-move tayo ng 180 at doon sa 360 degrees. Okay? So, it looks exactly the same at 2 positions. So, it means yung rectangle natin, 2 beses siyang magmumukha ng tulad ng sarili niya at 2 particular positions, specifically the 180-degree turn and the 360-degree turn. Okay? Thus, we say that the rectangle has a rotational symmetry of order 2. Okay? So, ang usapan natin pag order, ilang beses siyang inikot na bumalik siya sa position niya within the whole 360 degrees. Okay? So, sa buong 360 degrees, 2 beses siyang naging katulad niya, yung sarili niya. Okay? So, kanina yung triangle, 3 beses. Kaya yung triangle, yung order nito, order 3. Okay? Nasusundan ba what is meant by order? So, it is how many times it matches when we go once around. Okay, let's have another example. Ito, yung windmill. No? We observe that if we rotate it by 1/4, so, anong degrees ang ikot natin dyan? Yung una is 90 degrees. Kapag inikot mo ang LEC ng the windmill here ng 90 degrees, it will go to its same position. Okay? Then, gagawin mo ulit sa 180 degrees, ganun din. Same also with the 270-degree turn and the 360-degree turn. Okay? So, ano ang order ngayon ng ganitong klase ng image? Can you please type in sa chat box? Ano ang order ng ating windmill? Order of rotational symmetry. Okay, so that's right. The order of rotational symmetry of the windmill here is 4. Okay? Okay. Using your ABCDs, can you please show to me your answer to this question? What is the order of rotational symmetry of a square? A2, B3, C4, D5. Let me see your answer. Take note, square, ah. Ang square has 4 equal sides, 4 equal edges. Okay. May sumasagot na C. Kanina may sumagot na D at may sumagot na B. Ayan. Okay. So, square is like actually the windmill. No? Pa-cross nga lang yung sa windmill. Kaya lang ngayon sa square, it is their edges. The correct answer is letter C. It's 4. Okay? So, tignan ninyo. Yung letter A dito sa picture is the original position. So, nung minove siya, papunta sa image B, so, that is one rotation. Sa letter C, second rotation. Letter D, the third rotation. And letter E is the fourth rotation. Nung gawin na yung letter E, nasa original position na siya. Okay? So that is actually the order of rotational symmetry of a square. So, okay, what is the order of rotational symmetry of an ellipse? So that's the picture shows an ellipse. Ilang kayang beses iikot si ellipse para ilang beses yung ikot niya na meron siyang same position within 360 degrees. Let me see your answer. May sumagot na D, may sumagot na C. Bawal mangopya. Okay lang magkamali. Gusto ko lang makita kung ano yung idea ninyo. Okay, I'm looking into the monitor or screen. Okay, maraming nagsabi ng B. Pero may nagsabi ng C at B. Okay? So, okay, actually, the answer is letter B. Nahihiya pang i-retain ni letter B yung mga sumagot ng B, no? Kasi nakikita nila marami yung sumasagot ng letter D. No? Pero the correct answer is letter B. Bakit? Tingnan ninyo. The original position is letter A. So, one rotation, 180 degrees. Kapag nag-90 degrees ka dyan, patayo ang ating, parang rectangle lang to. No? Patayo ang ating ellipse. Kaya lang, pag rotation natin 180 degrees, magiging katulad siya ng image letter B. Then, second rotation is 360 degrees na. That is letter C. So, sa isang buong ikot, buong 360 degrees, 2 beses siyang naging same position. Okay? Sige. So, I hope nasusundan na kung anong ibig sabihin ng konsepto ng order of rotational symmetry. Okay. So, minsan, kapag wala siyang irregular yung object, wala talagang way na, ang tawag doon, magkaroon ng same position, ang order ng object na yon ay 1. Okay? Naghahanap ako ng bagay dito sa aking, sukulay. Ito. Okay. So, ayan. Madumi pa siya. Okay. So, walang ibang itsura to na magiging katulad nito kung hindi yung ikot mo siya 360 degrees. Okay? So, pag inikot ko siya ng 180, hindi pareho. Nasa baba ito. Dapat kasi ang usapan, dapat ganito yung position. So, wala tayong ibang way kung hindi ikot siya ng 360 degrees. At isang ikot lang yon. Kaya yung order niya ay 1. Okay? Yung marumi pa ang nakuha kong object sa tabi ko. Okay. So, ayan. That is for rotational symmetry. So, that's one concept. So, ngayon, ang question, paano natin malalaman yung angle? No? Kanina ko pa nababanggit yung 90 degrees, no? 180 degrees. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung angle of rotation, when we say angle of rotation, we're talking about the smallest angle that a figure can be rotated while preserving the original formation. Okay? So, again, the smallest angle that a figure can be rotated while preserving the original formation. So, it is given by the formula. So, you please take down note of the formula. The angle is equal to 360 degrees divided by the order, rotational order. Okay? Kung sinabi mong meron siyang apat na rotational order, no? So, ang gagawin mo, 360 degrees divided by 4, and that is 90. Kaya nga meron tayong nababanggit kaninang 90 degrees, tapos susunod is 180 degrees. Okay. Okay? So, yung smallest degree, the smallest angle, siya yung sasabihin na, magiging sagot natin for the angle of rotation. Okay. Look at this. To calculate the angle of rotation, divide 360 by the order of rotation. So, in the figure, you will see a hexagon with 6 sides, a regular hexagon to be specific. And the angle of rotation is 60 degrees. Kasi 360 divided by 6 gives us 6. So, bawat ikot mo, ang ikot dyan ay 360 degrees. At yung ikot ay nanggagaling doon sa center of rotation. Okay? So, let's have more of this. Let's go back to the windmill that you had a while ago. So, how many degrees must the figure turn to look the same? Yes, given yung 360 degrees. So, Trixie was asking if yung 360 degrees. Automatic yon. It's a constant in our formula. That is 360 degrees. Bakit 360 degrees? Kasi yung 360 degrees is the complete rotation. Isang buong revolution ng ikot, no, is equal to 360 degrees. So, i-divide mo yon into numbers of, depende doon sa order. So, kung meron tayong order, ito ba? Anong order kasi nito kanina? We have order 4. So, ang sagot natin dito is 360 degrees divided by 4. So, the answer is 90 degrees. So, the angle of rotation, yung bawat ikot, para si S mapunta kay R, kailangan nating ikot siya ng 90 degrees. Tapos, para mapunta ulit siya dun sa position ni Q, another 90 degrees. Para mapunta siya sa position ni P, another 90 degrees. And para makabalik siya sa original position niya is another 90 degrees. Okay? That is what we mean by angle of rotation. Okay, next. Ayan. So, ayan. So, kung titignan mo, isa siyang pentagon. No? Yung, kung gagawin mo siyang regular pentagon, 5 sides ito. No? So, ano ang degrees that this figure must turn to look the same? Unang-una, ano ba ang order? Ilang ikot ba to? 5. So, may question mark 5. Ayan. So, sige. Okay, right. No? We have actually the order 5 for this. No? So, the angle of rotation can be solved by having the 360 degrees divided by 5. Again, yung denominator natin yung nagbabago lang dito. Depende kung ilang ikot yung gagawin natin. Okay? So, the angle of rotation is 72 degrees. Okay, that's right. Sige. Next. Ayan. How about this figure? Yung letter H. Ano ang order ni letter H? Order muna. Order. Ilang ikot siya para na nasa same position siya? Hala, iba-iba na. May 1, 2, 3, 4 na sa ating chat box. Okay. So, pero karamihan ng sagot ay 2. No? And you're right. Para rin siyang yung rectangle. No? Okay. So, the angle of rotation is 360 degrees divided by 2. So, ano siya? 180 degrees. Okay, you're right. So, I hope nakukuha ninyo yung konsepto ng angle of rotation. Okay? So, ayan. Bakit natin to inaaral? Kasi, yan din yung nakikita nating patterns, no? Which is around us, yung symmetry, no? Pagiging symmetrical, how we rotate things. Okay? Malaking bagay ang rotational symmetry or yung symmetry in general sa higher mathematics, no? Pero ngayon, let us just appreciate kung ano yung mga basic ng mga symmetries na to. Okay. Hanggang anong oras tayo? Ano, baka ngayon palang pumapasok si Arshan.
10:30 po.
Arshan sa Gaspar. Note ko lang. Yung nagpapa-admit. Okay, 10:30. Oo. So, I still have time to proceed, no? To the next part. By the way, I'll be posting an assignment number 2 as soon as possible. Tapos, unlike sa assignment number 1, ang ginawa ko sa assignment number 1, kung ano lang yung time natin, di ba? Doon ko lang pinasubmit. Pero, assignment number 2, yung buong araw na yon gagamitin ninyo hanggang 5 o'clock. Okay? So, hindi na kayo pressured doon sa oras ninyo, sa time natin. That is, anong oras ba tayo? Sa Friday. Hanggang 12. So, instead na hanggang 12, hanggang 5 o'clock kayo allowed na mag-submit ng answer. Okay?
Today po ba, ma'am?
Ano?
Today po ba?
It will be posted probably by tonight. No? Mamayang gabi.
Then
Pero,
this day din po, ipapas.
No. Sa next meeting natin. Ayan, submission will be on or before our next schedule. So, Friday pa ang deadline. Okay? At yung pinaka-deadline, deadliest deadline, ay yung hanggang 5 o'clock. Kung may deadline, may deadliest deadline pa. No? Pinakasagad na yung Friday, 5 p.m. So, the moment na nag-post na ako within the week, no, bibigyan ko kayo ng enough time, of course, for this week. Kasi you will calculate something. Ayun, it will be submitted anytime na gusto nyo mag-submit hanggang Friday 5 p.m. Okay? So, mas mahaba yung time ninyo. Okay. So, your answer will be posted in the Google Classroom and further instructions will be posted. Major instruction dito, you are allowed to answer using your yellow paper or bond paper. Pero wag naman sana sa resibo at wag naman sana sa punit-punit na papel. Okay? Basta isipin nyo, nagsasubmit kayo ng assignment sa teacher ninyo. Kung notebook, okay lang, basta maayos. No? Tapos, ang gawin ninyo, take a picture of it, screenshot, or, ay, hindi pala screenshot yan. Take a picture, then i-copy-paste nyo sa Word document. No? O kung one page lang yung sagot ninyo, kahit wag na ninyong i-attach sa Word document. Attach nyo na agad yung image. Okay? So, kung naman sakaling wala kayong means in doing that sa paggawa ng Word, for example, i-attach nyo yung mga pictures, pero i-arrange nyo siya na 1, 2, 3, depende kung alin yung naka-arrange doon, alin yung sequence ng papers ninyo. No? Hindi yung halo-halong pagkaka-attach. Okay? Pag halo-halo, hindi ko na yan i-check. Baka halo-halo na rin yung grade ninyo. Okay? So, that's for your assignment. No? Basically, ang assignment has something to do with the sequence and the next part, which is sequences. Okay? So, advance announcement lang yun. Kasi hindi ko alam kung hanggang gaano katagal yung magiging discussion natin. So, I put that in the end of the first part of our discussion. The next part has something to do with sequences. Sequences, patterns pa rin ito. Tinitignan natin yung patterns ng mga numbers na nakikita natin, or sometimes letters, or sometimes combination. I think medyo malabo ang example ko dito. Anyway, I'll just give you a copy of this presentation. So, example ko ng sequence dito is 3579. Ang nakasulat lang dyan, yung number 3 is the first term, yung number 5, second term, number 7, third term, and 9 is the fourth term. Tapos yung 3 dots na nakikita ninyo, ay yung ibig sabihin may continuation siya. Okay? So, yun yung, kung hindi man masyadong visible sa inyong screen, no? Then, a sequence is actually the list of things, usually numbers, that are in order. Ibig sabihin, nakaayos siya, naka-arrange siya. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng term na that are in order. Okay. When the sequence goes on forever, ibig sabihin, pag nakita nyo yung dot, 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 ibig sabihin, we call that as an infinite sequence. Ibig sabihin, walang katapusan yung sequence na yon. Otherwise, kapag nakita nating may end siya, no, we call it as a finite sequence. Okay? Kapag walang katapusan, may continuity ang ating sequence, it goes on forever, we call it infinite sequence. And once it has an end, so may boundary siya, we call it as a finite sequence. Okay. So, examples here. Okay, number 1. So, makikita nyo dun sa braces natin, nasa loob yung mga numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, tapos dot, dot, dot. That means it is an infinite sequence. Okay, regarding the record, yes. Mamaya, no? Kasi diretso yung aking klase hanggang 3 p.m. So, after that, doon ko ibibigay sa inyo yung mga, may nagtatanong sa chat box kung ngayon ba isa-send yung record. So, within the day, okay, I'll send the link, including your assignment. Okay, so next is 20, 25, 30, 35, siguro alam nyo na yung kasunod dito, 40, 45, no? So, but since nakikita mo din siya na may dot, 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 we call it as an infinite sequence. Okay? So, usapan lang dito, infinite and finite sequence. Okay. So, look at this, 1, 3, 5, 7. It is the sequence of the first 4 odd numbers. Okay? So, first 4, ibig sabihin, may bilang. Alam natin kung ilan sila. That's why we call it as a finite sequence. Okay? Usually, finite siya kapag nabibilang din. No? Kung ilan ang laman ng numbers doon. Okay, next. Same also, number 4 is similar to number 3. It's a finite sequence. Backward lang tayo. So it is also a finite sequence na 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's 4 to 1. Okay, number 5 is another infinite sequence where every term doubles. Okay? So, tignan ninyo. 1, dumoble yung 1, naging 2. Yung 2 dumoble, naging 4. Yung 4 dumoble, naging 8. Yung 8 doubles, naging 16. Then 16 times 2, we have 32. So the next number will be 32 times 2. No? Idodoblehin lang natin yung 32. That might be 64. So, and so on. Okay. Again, that is an example of a infinite sequence. Next are letters. So, aside from numbers, may letters din. Okay? So, A, B, C, D, E is the sequence of the first 5 letters, alphabetically arranged. No? And it is a finite sequence. Number 7 is F, R, E, D is the sequence of the letters in the name Fred. Okay? Next, 010101. So, 010101. Binary numbers na. Is the sequence of alternating zeros and ones. Yes, they are in order. It is an alternating order in this case. Okay, so may pattern pa rin siya. Kaya siya considered as sequence. And it is a infinite sequence based on what we see doon sa symbol. May dot siya. Okay? Any question regarding infinite and finite sequence? Do you have any? Okay, sige. Yung infinite, hindi siya mabibilang kasi walang katapusan. Yung finite, mabibilang mo kung ilan ang laman. Okay? So, sige. Next. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung sequence na yon, we consider that a sequence has a rule. Meron siyang batas. Bawal lumabas. Hindi. Batas na sinusunod kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng mga numbers na nandoon. We call that rule. And we use that rule for us to find a way, which we use as a way to find the value of each term. No? But, sabi nga, mathematics is so powerful that we can find more than one rule that works for any sequence. In short, ang gusto kong sabihin dito, minsan, yung nakikita mong rule, yung intindi mo sa sequence might not be the same rule na naiintindihan ng iba. Pero, pag binigay mo yung next number sa sequence, pareho yung sagot ninyo. Kasi iba lang yung perception niya doon sa sequence na yon. Iba yung rule na binigay niya, but you derive the same answer. Okay? Let's say, for example, in this sequence 3, 5, 7, 9, okay? So, pwede mong sabihin, ito yung mga numbers na odd numbers, no? Greater than 1. Kasi kasama si 1 sa odd numbers, no? Ito yung mga a sequence of odd numbers greater than 1. That's one rule. Pwedeng another rule is 2n plus 1. Nagbigay siya ng formula. When n is a counting number. Okay? Pag sinabi natin counting number, it is 1, 2, 3. Mag-start tayo sa 1. Those are counting numbers. Let's say, for example, 2n plus 1. Kapag pinalitan ko si n ng counting number, pag sinabi kong n is equal to 1, anong mangyayari? Anong magiging value ng 2n plus 1? 2 times 1, kasi n is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, that gives us 3. Nasundan yan? So, pag n is 2, pag pinalitan natin si n sa 2, that is 2 times 2, that gives us 4, plus 1, yun yung next number. Okay? So, then we have, when n is 3, 2 times 3, that gives us 6. plus 1, that gives us 7. That is the next number in the sequence. Okay? Tingnan niyo yung rule. Probably yung rule natin is our knowledge about odd numbers. Okay? Masasabi natin, odd numbers greater than 1. Okay? Pero sa second rule, pwedeng magbigay tayo ng formula. Okay? So, meron sa inyo, siguro maiisip yung unang rule. Baka meron sa inyo, mas complex yung knowledge niya sa mathematics. They might be able to give the other rule. Pero in the end, pareho lang yung mabibigay ninyong sagot. Okay? So, that's what we mean by having more than one rule. No? But in general, yung rule na pinag-uusapan natin dito, kung ano yung binibigay nating interpretation based on the numbers that we see in the sequence. Okay. So, medyo nag-move ang aking mga letters dito. So, but what I mean here is pattern recognition involving numbers and letters. Okay. So, still have time. Let's answer this. Find the next... Ay, nag-move ang aking presentation because of compatibility. Anyway, 3, 8, 13, 18. What would be the next 3 entries in the sequence?
23.
23? Ano pa? May 24, 21. Okay.
28 po.
So, we're adding 5, no? Okay. So, forgive me with this, the first number is 23, the next one is 28, and the next one is 33. Okay? So, I think affected ang mga susunod kong mga slides. Okay. Next. Number 2, 2, 8, 20, 44. Medyo mahirap ng konti ito. Do you have any idea kung ano yung next number? Two, 8, 20, 44. Okay. Okay, that's right. Actually, may sumagot na 92. How did you get 92? Okay, parinig nga, Joanna. Paano mo nakuha yung 92? What is the thing that you did?
Nakuha ko po yung 92, ma'am. Kasi, ma'am, yung pong pattern niya po, kunwari po, 2, 8, yung pong, ima-minus mo po yun, makukuha mo po 6. And then, kapag dinouble mo po yung 6, makukuha mo po 12. I-add mo po sa 8, magiging 20. Tapos, i-double mo na naman po yung 12, makukuha mo po 24. Ipa-plus mo na naman po sa 20, makukuha 44. Tapos po yung 24, i-double mo na naman po, 48. Add mo na naman po siya sa 44.
Okay.
Makukuha po yung 22.
Okay, mas madali yung ano niya, no? Kunin mo yung difference. Thank you, Joanna. That's correct. You get the difference of the two, then you multiply it by 2, then add it doon sa previous number, no? Then it's actually the difference of the next two consecutive numbers, thus multiply it by 2 and add it to the previous number. Okay. So, mas madali actually, the next number is 188. Okay. Mas madali yung, by the way, ito, difference of two consecutive numbers in the sequence times 2 plus the previous number. Okay. So, number 3, let's proceed to number 3. A, D, G, J. Yan, letters naman tayo para hindi puro numbers. What would be the next 3 entries in the sequence? May nagsabing MPS. Okay, MPS, MBS. Okay, ano naman ngayon ang naging basis ninyo? What is our rule for number 3? And let's have Clarice Ann Paras. Clarice, paano mo nakuha yung MPS?
Skip 2 letters po, ma'am.
Okay, skip 2 letters. Sample, BC. Tama ba? Okay. So, BC, tapos yung next letter will be the letter D. Okay, that's right. So, dito sa J, what is the 2 letters in between? J, I, H, I, J, K, L. K, L. Then, the next letter is M. So, ayan. Then, N, O. Then, the next letter is P. Q, R. The next letter is S. So, that's right. Yan. Okay, thank you. Next. Ito, medyo tingnan natin. Find the missing value, X, Y, Z. Okay, in the sequence. Nasa gitna, hindi sila nasa dulo. Okay. We have 2, 5, 10, 17, X, 37, Y, 65, Z. Ano yung mga numbers natin dyan? Sige, try natin. We still have 5 minutes for this. $26 daw yung next number. May 25. May 26. X is 26. Ano, may sumagot na 30. Ay lang yan. Okay. After 26, what is Y? Let's see kung ano. May binigay ni Joshua yung tatlo niyang sagot. It's 26, 50, and 82. How about the others? May sumagot na 48 for the second number. Okay. Actually, si Joshua ay correct. May I hear from Joshua kung paano niya naisip yung rule regarding, actually, yung mga sumagot ng 26, tama yun sa for the value of X. How did you get the rule for number 4?
Continuous po siyang nag-add, tas yung ano po niya, yung difference po niya is nagdadagdag po ng 2 kada for example po dun sa 2 plus 5, 3 po, tas nagdagdag po siya ng 2 dun sa susunod. Naging 5 yung difference, tas nagdagdag na naman po siya ng 2, naging 7, ganun po.
Okay. So may consistent na addition na 2. Okay, how about the others? Baka may ibang explanation sila sa rule. Lahat ng nakakuha ng 26. Paano nyo ginawa? Can anyone share? Pero tama yung kay Paul, sino ba si yung tinawag ko kanina? Si Joshua. Okay. Okay, sige. Let's see. So, ito yung sinasabi kanina, 5. So, the difference between 2 and 5 is 3. So, then the difference between 5 and 10 is 5. The difference between 10 and 17 is 7. So, look at the second difference. So, it's 3, 5, 7. No? And we can also think that these are odd numbers. No? We are adding the next odd number. So, 17 plus, sabi ni Joshua kanina, mag-a-add ng 2. 7 plus 2. No? So, that gives us 9. So, 17 plus 9, that gives us 26. No? Tapos, yung 26, mag-a-add tayo ng 11, that gives us 37. Then, 37 plus 13, that gives us 50. And 50 plus 15 gives us 65. And 65 plus 17, that gives us 82. So, ito yung correct answers. Okay? So, we have 26, 50, and 82 for this. Okay? So, Iba yung sinasabi kanina ni Joshua, pero same lang yung numbers na ina-add namin. Okay? So, naisip niya yung adding 2. Continuous yung pag-a-add natin sa differences, tapos plus 2. Okay? So, pero kung ililista natin sa baba kung ano yung second, tawag natin dito, second difference, no? The difference. Kung titignan natin yung difference niya, makikita mo yung listahan ng difference are odd numbers. Okay? The list of odd numbers. Okay. This will be the last for 1019 na. Okay, find the missing value in the sequence. Madali lang to. Ano yung susunod na number? -7. Okay, may sumagot na -7. Okay, that's right. It's -7 kasi you will see you're just adding -4 or nagsasubtract lang tayo ng 4. Okay? So, there are more. Pakita ko na lang ito. The next 3 values in the sequence, we are just adding consecutive numbers. +2, +3, +4, +5. Yan yung rule dyan. So the next number, the next rule is 31, 39, and 48. Okay. It's already time, I think. I have more questions here, but i-add ko na lang sa ating slides. Then you think of the, hindi, meron pala akong i-add ko yung next 2 sa assignment ninyo. Okay. So in this one, the answer is B. Okay. So let me end this with this portion. Since it's already time, I need to cut the discussion to give way for your next class. Okay? So I hope you learned from our discussion today. Though it's really hard to teach mathematics in this setup, no? I hope somehow nasusundan ninyo yung discussion natin. Okay? Do you have any question? May tanong po. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So, thank you for your cooperation for answering yung mga tanong using our chat box and using your show me board, no? Show me paper kung hindi sila board. So maganda dyan kung meron kayong whiteboard na tapos tinataas na lang yung sagot. Pero as much as possible, I will prepare ABCDs. Kung hindi naman natin magawa yon, tulad nung ginawa natin ngayon, you enter your answer dito sa ating chat box. Okay? So, for now, that will be all. I'll see you next week for our discussion. Okay? Do you have any question pa?
None po.
Okay. So, ayun, for now, we're done with patterns and sequences. Isa na lang yan, tapos na tayo sa chapter 1. So that is Fibonacci numbers and golden ratio. So, ayan. So thank you for today. I'll see you around. Have a safe day and God bless. So you may now leave the classroom and proceed to your next class.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You are free to leave na, no?
Thank
para
you po, ma'am.
makapag-rest kayo. Thank you,
Thank you
then.
po, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Paano mag-leave?
I-end call mo lang.
Ay,
Parang nagpatay lang ng cellphone.